Hey. This is Miss Valley Gaming, also known as Miss Valley Arts and Entertainment, and this is Sports Talk with Dredd. How y'all doing? I've been putting this off for a while, but I finally got around to it. I thought this was the perfect time to talk about this article. First of all, let me say that this was a tough little bit here. I just recently put out an article about the report that came out finally about the Chicago Blackhawks and the 2010 sexual assault allegations and what the Blackhawks organization did with those assault allegations or didn't do, or whichever you prefer. That was a very hard video to make. That is an organization that absolutely failed humanity in 2010. That's the nicest way I could put it. And the people involved, I would hope, are going to see some severe punishments for it because they ruin lives. They absolutely ruin lives with their decisions. So I thought this is a really good time to actually turn the corner and go back and talk about this story that I kind of saved in my computer. I've been meaning to get to it for a while about Ken Holland, a very nice story written about Ken Holland, which was nice because so much of the Edmonton media has attacked him, or there are at least certain parts of the Edmonton media that attack him regularly. So it's nice to see this very nice article come out. And there was also another article that came out just recently. In fact, let's start with that one. And I will link both of these down in the description below so you can check them out yourself. This is from my local website, Castanet, detailing Ken Holland being given the key to my city, Vernon, BC, Canada. It says Holland given city freedom. All right, NHL legend Ken Holland awarded Freedom of the City by Kelowna. This is by John Manchester, put out October 26, 2021 on www.castanet.news/Vernon. So, Ken Holland has the freedom of the city. Vernon's council awarded the NHL coaching legend with the city's highest honor Tuesday morning in recognition of his many contributions to the community. Congratulations, Ken. Holland, general manager of the Edmonton Oilers and former GM of the Detroit Red Wings, said he is humbled by the honor. Not only has Mr. Holland had a long and prestigious career within the NHL, he has also maintained close ties to his hometown community and has been an outstanding ambassador for both Vernon and the game of hockey on a global scale, Mayor Victor Cumming said in presenting the award. Holland joined the Edmonton Oilers in 2019 after serving as general manager of the Detroit Red Wings for 22 seasons. He has won the Stanley Cup 4 times and the Olympic gold twice. He has been named the NHL's GM of the Decade for 2000-2009 by Sports Illustrated, has captured 4 President's Trophies, 10 division championships, 5 regular season conference titles, and reached 100 regular season points in 13 of his last 18 seasons. Mr. Holland's most respected character traits are his human side, compassion, integrity, and ethical leadership. He's always flying under the radar for the benefit of others, said Cumming. Throughout his life, he has influenced others to move to Vernon and support his residents within the areas of sports, arts, and culture. He has also personally could continue to support the community through generous contributions to the Vernon Jubilee Hospital, Vernon Cal Rotary Club, and many other charitable organizations. Holland was joined by family members and friends as he accepted the award at City Hall. I am very humbled to receive the Vernon Freedom of the City Award, said Holland. I am very proud to be born and raised in Vernon and still call Vernon home. The city of Vernon gave me the opportunity to pursue my passion of hockey, and I'm happy to give back whenever I can. Holland is the city's 21st recipient of the honor. I don't know who the first 20 were, but he's definitely a good fellow and most deserving. Let's see if I can watch this little bit here and see what it says. So we'll get the Castanet News Brief video.
He started playing hockey right here in Vernon. He went on to play junior hockey, then to play in the NHL. Then Ken Holland became the general manager of the Detroit Red Wings. He's now the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers, and today, Vernon Mayor Victor Cumming awarded him Freedom of the City.
I'm very humbled, very honored. Vernon's a big part of my life. I was born and raised here. Spent the first 19 years of my life here, and then I left to go play junior hockey in Medicine Hat and chased my dreams. But it all started in Vernon on 23rd Street, living with my mom and dad, and playing baseball in the summer and hockey in the winter. And to all of a sudden one day get the call to say I'm going to be bestowed with the honor of the Freedom of the City of Vernon Award is incredibly humbling, and I'm very honored because, again, Vernon's such a big part of my life. The city gave me an opportunity to pursue my dreams, and I think any young boy or girl out there that's just chase your dreams, and there were so many people here in Vernon that it starts with my parents, but going to minor hockey, minor baseball, there's so many people that supported me, believed in me, and helped me. And from there, then I went to Medicine Hat, and it went on. But certainly, it all started in Vernon, and can't thank Vernon enough.
It's a tremendous honor for us to be able to be part of the ceremony to Freedom of the City for Ken Holland. Obviously, grew up here, part of the whole community. Has continued to be the high-quality person that people know who he is, and he's humble and quiet. Many people would not notice him on the street, yet he's a very significant individual here behind the scenes, as well as his tremendous success in
by all accounts,
hockey.
very, very nice man. I hope to meet him one day in the streets of
NHL career
Vernon.
is over. Holland said he plans on returning home for retirement. For Castanet News, I'm Darren Hatchew in Vernon.
All right, so now we're going to go to this story over here, which we'll also link. This is a little bit older of a story. Like I say, I've been sitting on it for a while, but I thought this is just the right time between this coming out and between me having to do a video on the Chicago Blackhawks mess. This is a great time to do a positive story on Ken Holland. So this is from October 12th, 2021, article by Terry Jones from EdmontonSun.com. Does Holland have the Edmonton Oilers on the verge of greatness? A month from now, Ken Holland will be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame for everything he accomplished in the Detroit Red Wings Stanley Cup era. Wednesday will be Game 1 of the Connor McDavid-Leon Draisaitl window, and there's just so much similarity to his years in Detroit to what he believes is happening here. Absolutely, said Holland in a 40-minute one-on-one interview at my request, to attempt to articulate his perspective on possibly being on the verge of replicating what happened in Detroit. You asked me to compare the situations in Detroit and Edmonton, and I have to say, today, that it's become pretty obvious that they are now very similar. I lived it in Detroit from the early 1990s until we won the Cup in 1997 and 98, and again in 2002, and again in 2008. I know how it turned out in Detroit, but I don't know how it will turn out in Edmonton. But it should be obvious now that I'm certainly bringing the same organizational philosophy and sticking to it. Yes, you are. Two things, Holland said, first had to happen in Detroit. The core players had to grow and learn from their experiences to get to this point, and the management and coaches had to make changes. Today, he suggested, with his 2021-22 Edmonton Oilers now formed to start the season, is the day to contemplate those changes. Let's go back to December 30th, 2019, and look at the players we've added since then, he said. Kailer Yamamoto is 1. Jesse Puljarvi is 2. Zach Hyman is 3. Warren Foegele is 4. Derek Ryan is 5. Kyle Turris is 6. Devin Shore is 7. Brendan Perlini is 8. Tyler Benson is 9. Ryan McLeod is 10. Tyson Barrie is 11. Cody Ceci is 12. Duncan Keith is 13. Slater Cuckoo is 14, and Evan Bouchard is 15. As we go into Game 1 Wednesday, you can now see what we've done here. I tried to bring in some veteran players to overhaul the team. I've made the team older. We tried to get bigger on the wings. You've got to be able to grind. You've got to be able to cycle. You can't be just a rush team, a team that rushes up the ice and scores a goal. You have to be able to wear teams down. Over the last 18 months, that's what we tried to do. I can't just wave a magic wand at it. As for the other part of the equation, having the core grow into it has clearly happened. Every championship team has to have an engine and a nucleus. You have to have those 4 or 5 players that drive your team. We have the engine, we have the nucleus. We have a core of world-class players, including the best player in the world. Certainly the nucleus of this team can compete with any team in the league. And being with these players every day, I know the extent that they're driven. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Darnell Nurse, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins have grown with their experiences and are motivated, driven players. I want to interrupt one thing here in this article. He includes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in this core as a motivated, driven player, and that's fine. That's not wrong to do. But I will say, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has never been able to have a very good face-off percentage. He's never been able to put on muscle and enable him to win more board battles. And he's hasn't scored yet this year, I don't believe, and had a lot of trouble scoring last year. He still got points, but mainly his points and his goals were on the power play, most of them. Now he's got some assists, and I think some of them are even strength and some are power play this year, but he's got to work on his shot, and he's got to work on his face-offs. And until Ryan Nugent-Hopkins does both those things, because these other three players they've listed have done a lot of investment into their career. They've changed a lot of their game. They've gotten better. I want to see that from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins before I drop him into the core group of motivated, driven players. That's just my thought. I'm not trying to be down on him. He needs to show that, though. Okay, back to the article. Certainly, when you have Connor and Leon, there's high expectations and high aspirations, but that's real. But it's a team game, and that's what Oilers Entertainment Group CEO Bob Nicholson hired me to come here and do, build out the team. In Detroit, using this philosophy, we had a 15-year run in the top teams in the league. I look back at what happened in Detroit and the growing that was involved, and the massive disappointments that were involved were all a part of the process in the mid-90s that eventually led us to winning the Cup in 97, 98, and 2002. Scotty Bowman came in as head coach, and we had to learn how to check. We were a team in 92, 93, and 94 that was high octane with Sergei Fedorov and Steve Yzerman. We'd beat teams 6-4 or 5-3 in the regular season. The problem was that when we got to the playoffs, we couldn't score 5 or 6. We could only score 1 or 2, but we still gave up the 3 or 4. We had to learn as a group from those disappointments, massive disappointments. We lost in the first round to Toronto in 93. We lost in the first round to San Jose in 94 when we had 38 more points in the regular season than they did, said the GM of the team that had a degree of regular season success in the 2 years since he arrived, but only one playoff game against Chicago and were swept by Winnipeg. Then we got to the final in 95 and thought that we were there, and we were swept by the New Jersey Devils. All those were necessary steps to ultimately become the champion. The players learned from those experiences what they had to do in the regular season to be successful in the playoffs. From a management and coaching standpoint, as we went along through those 3 and 4 years leading up to it, we made changes. In Detroit, we got Chris Draper and Kirk Maltby that were good penalty killers. The focus is on the superstar players, but there are so many necessary ingredients to eventually become the Stanley Cup champions. As Ken Holland, finally out of salary cap hell, made most of the right moves, is he about to direct another Stanley Cup era? We begin to find out now. A nice positive story with some, good facts and some good quotes by Terry Jones, showing that maybe Ken Holland does know what he's doing, in spite of what some people in the media say. Imagine that. Experienced, successful, knows what he's doing, and is working to repeat the same thing with another organization. Go figure. Wow, maybe he's not a loser. Maybe he's not making all the wrong decisions. Maybe he's not blinded by lack of analytics. Maybe he actually knows what he's doing. I know the city of Vernon sure loves him. He's got the freedom of the city. Rightly so. Ken Holland, congratulations, sir. Congratulations on the freedom of the city in Vernon. I really do hope I bump into you on street in Vernon, although I'll admit I will probably be too shy to say much of anything. But I'd love to shake your hand and just tell you that I think you're doing a wonderful job with the Edmonton Oilers, just as you've done a wonderful job with the Detroit Red Wings, and I find you to be entertaining. I know you're a general manager, but when I hear you speak or I read your words, quotes from you, I find you just a very entertaining human being, and I mean that with all due respect. Certainly the kind of person I'd love to sit down and talk about hockey, but I feel like it'd be a pretty one-sided conversation. You know a lot more about it than I do. but we both got passion for it. And sir, I salute you. Good job. Keep going at it. And congratulations, you are a fine human being. And people, that's it for me. I will link both these articles down below in the description. Check them out for yourself. For Mist Valley Gaming, also known as Mist Valley Arts and Entertainment. Hopefully we're bringing some art and some entertainment here, talking about sports, talking about hockey, talking about Ken Holland, general manager of the Edmonton Oilers, former general manager of the Detroit Red Wings. My name is Dredd. Peace out, everybody. Take care.